We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, wait.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT for those in the DMV. It's live. It's local. It's boxing. It's happening this Saturday night at Hook Hall. It's the Brawl in the Hall, 3400 Georgia Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. Tickets available on Eventbrite. That's this Saturday night. Get your tickets now. Eventbrite.com. The Brawl in the Hall.
What it do, what it do, what it do. Sorry about the technical difficulty, the commercial cut off by mistake.
Yeah.
We now tune into another episode of BBO Boxing. It's your boy D3 with my homie Prize Fighter.
Yeah.
BBO in the building. What's good, fellas?
Salute. BBL, salute. How your day?
Oh, salute, man. My man Puerto Rican free.
Yeah.
What's going on, Thomas Hill?
Salute, T. That's my dude down there. T, that's my nigga. T's a cool ass dude, bro.
Hey, man, I try to be just like you, man. One day I'm going to have my ice wrist up, too, man. You know what I'm saying? See, I didn't say my wrist iced up. I said my ice wrist up. See what I'm saying? I ain't going to be totally on your level, but I'm going to be close, too.
Man, come on. My level is no level. Don't let the stuff fool you. There's ways around this stuff. There's ways around this stuff where you don't got to pay $20,000 and $30,000, bro.
I know that's right, and you know them ways.
I will show you the light.
Salute to my man, Prize Fighter, because he truly fight for the prize. My main man, the Asiatic black man, BBO, a.k.a. Mr. Capfly. We love him nonetheless.
Salute to my
and he
man.
in the dark. He in the dark, too.
Hey, free that hoodie fire, too, brody.
Nah, free, that was fire. Yeah, that was fire.
That hoodie is fire.
I gotta give y'all brothers a salute, man. Cause I've been hearing all over YouTube, you know, was that B Norman? Was that B Norman with all them smiles and laughs? That's the big deal, bro. Like,
yeah,
that was B Norman up there smiling like that, man, saying crazy. Did he say Canelo was thick? I was like, oh my God.
Shout out B Norman. He was like,
yo,
man,
shout out B Norman,
that reel that you cut up, BBO, that was fire the way you did that, my boy. You need your flowers right now. That was fire. When you cut up and he was like, man, I apologize. And you had the words up there. That joint, I watched that joint like 15 times, Brody. That joint was tough.
But he did say, I'm a grown man, man. I don't play that pause.
That whole
dog. I felt that in my heart, dog. I don't play that pause. I don't even think like that, dog. Right. So why would I play like that?
You say the most pause-worthy on the planet.
So do I.
You are pause-worthy all damn day, dog. You don't even have to say nothing. You be pausing.
I can't even talk to BBO. without him pausing me with something.
And my man even had to hit you yesterday with that too when you came and brought up the man T.O. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was about to say, man, he talking about the San Francisco T.O., not the one that played in the ring, man. The one that played for the 49ers, that T.O., the one that played for the Dallas. He ain't talking about that one.
He said, man,
Shout out to homie Crush and the Queen.
It would be funny if he vacated if T.O. came up. I don't know if he would, but could happen.
Hey, I'd like to see the fight. I think that would be an interesting fight for a little while.
Be Normal's my guy. I don't want to see his son get stopped, man. That's my only.
You crazy, man. That man's son will destroy that guy.
Has he ever got stopped? Has he ever got knocked down? Yeah, no, he's been knocked down. Yeah, he's been
Junior?
knocked down. Yeah,
he been down.
Norman been knocked down, but
that don't define you, you know.
No, it don't define you. But I mean, I'm seeing if your boy T.O. got a chance to knock him down. I know he ain't knocking him out, but I think
Brian Norman I think Junior would be on his. I think that he would be on T.O. so much, but I know because like Senior said, T.O. style is what Brian Norman Jr. likes to go against, and T.O. and then Brian Norman styles with T.O. like the counter and move. You know what I mean? So if he can keep him off of him,
boxing nerd, I'll cook you, man. I'll cook you. I ain't seen you in a minute.
It's fight week. It's fight week.
What we do? What you mean, boxing nerd? What we do? What you mean? Here y'all go. What we do?
Talking about T.O.
No. I'm talking about boxing nerd. What he talking?
He's talking about y'all.
He's talking about T.O.
Talking about T.O.
Yeah, he said, here we go again, talking about T.O.
Don't say y'all though. Say you, BB.
I got Belanga, man. I got Belanga, man.
Man, stop it.
We're gonna break down every fight. We're gonna break down every fight.
Start from the top then. Go from the top.
We're gonna start with. I don't know these two guys that's opening up this card. Oh, actually, I do.
Go to the names.
We got Villa versus Rodriguez. I don't know Rodriguez.
I don't know Rodriguez.
What I do know about Rodriguez, he's 19, 2-2. He has 19 wins, 14 by way of knockout. He got 2 losses. He got 2 draws. He's never been stopped.
Okay.
Villa is 26-2, 24 wins by way of knockout, 2 losses. He's been stopped 1 time. I don't really know much about Rodriguez, but what I do know about Villa is he's going to come forward and he's going to press the action.
Right.
I can't give you an actual who I believe is going to win because I don't know the other opponent. I would just say because I don't know him, I'm a favorite Villa. Villa, he's got to be able to get his head off the line and move his head because he's come straight forward. He doesn't have any head movement. He doesn't have any footwork. He's just going to come straight forward and he's going to throw big shots and he's going to keep the pressure on you until you stop him. And that's what he did with Jaron Ennis. He kept coming forward and Jaron Ennis was able to keep catching and then he eventually stopped him. So Speedy Rashid Ellis wasn't that lucky. But like I said, I don't know Rodriguez, so I'm a favorite Villa only because I don't know who Rodriguez is. I'm a
Nah, what you mean, boxing nerd? Y'all, we be defending Brian Norman. What you mean? Bring the drama.
You said y'all defending Brian Norman?
Bring the drama, boxing nerd. Express your feelings, my brethren.
I don't know nobody defending Brian Norman.
Bro. And
now BVO said that. BVO said he's number 1. Me and Free never said that. And
I said it would be an interesting fight. I think Boots will stop Brian Norman, but I think it would be an interesting fight for as long as it lasts. It's going to be
I think the fight goes 12.
Oh, 12. Ooh.
Yeah. I think that one goes 12.
Nah, I don't see it going.
That's fine. But you don't gotta agree with me.
Man, Boots ain't got a chance, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about. Boots ain't got a chance, bro.
I mean, that's your opinion. We won't know until they get in the ring.
His opinion is tripping, though. Everybody gave fair opinions, and BBO said he's like. I mean, I don't know shit. Brian Norman tough, man.
Brian Norman can speak and he can throw them bees, man. But
he throw bombs, bro.
like I said, man, from Roman Villa, the man that he was just talking about, that man, he put in a remix, bro. And I watched him almost be like Terminator against Speedy Rashidi. And Speedy Rashidi is no bum, dog.
But
He
Speedy
won 9 of
Rashidi was
those
doing his
rounds.
thing though.
He's a
Yeah,
bum,
he won
Tommy.
9 of those rounds, dog.
Speedy Rashidi was
He's
doing
a
his
bum.
thing though at first, but he started getting
Tommy, he's a bum.
cocky.
He's a
He's
bum,
not a
Tom.
bum.
Who's a bum?
He's a bum. He's a bum.
Who?
Hey, it's time for you to hit your edit with Roger Mayweather right now, dog,
Who's a
on your own
bum?
stuff.
BBL.
He's talking about
He said
Speedy.
Speedy
You like
Rashidi is a bum.
world beater. Who he
Oh,
beat?
stop,
Who he
BBL.
beat?
And we can't do that though, because then you could say, for instance, who did Brian Norman Jr. beat? I mean, that
Exactly.
argument washes both ways. I mean,
He a
Exactly.
world champion, Tommy.
I
It doesn't
didn't
matter.
say
The
he
world
wasn't.
champion, who he beat? Who he beat for the world
Say what?
championship?
I understand what y'all saying. Who he beat, but the kids. He's literally
23, man.
Yeah, how old is he? 24? I'm about to say 23.
I don't. No, y'all looking too far into it. It doesn't matter how old you are or none of that. It matters of who you beat for the championship. Who you beat. If we sitting here talking about this guy's a bum because he ain't beat nobody, just like Thomas said, who did Brian Norman beat for the championship? He didn't beat anybody.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, Free, because we all came up here on this panel and gave him credit for winning the title.
No, he didn't
credit to him winning the. Credit to him winning
anybody. I give him credit for the fight, but he didn't beat anybody.
Yeah, credit to him for winning the fight for sure, and that fight definitely was for the interim championship. The champion was Bud Crawford, and nobody beat Bud, so we can't really give him the full on credit for becoming championship because it was relinquished. And if we're gonna use age, then hey, Canelo was beating grown men at 15 years old.
Yeah, he was destroying grown men. But nevertheless, what I'm saying is the kid only took the fights that he was supposed to take. Because I'm gonna be neutral in this whole thing when they fight, like I was with Bud and Earl. The kid took the fight. It was an interim fight, like you said, and both you brothers are right. But nevertheless, he won the fight, and it's not his fault that the champion vacated. We can't blame that on him and his people. The man.
Hold on 1 second. Do we got enough time for me to cook a goofball real quick, Free?
Go ahead, cook him.
Yeah, drop a link.
Hey man, I'm hungry, man. I was just thinking about some food, man. So yeah, go on, back.
Bring him up here.
If you believe you can cook him, go ahead.
Bring him up here.
Go ahead.
Be thrizzle, my nizzle, in the
Somebody drop the
hizzle.
link for brother.
Crush the legend, the greatest man alive.
Man, D Free gonna drop the link. He
Hold
gonna
up,
drop the link.
We always got time for a good debate.
Bring up the boxing nerd.
We always got time for a good debate.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with a good debate.
Salute to my guy, Shelton Moore.
There's nothing wrong with a good debate.
Grandpa, we ain't seen you, man. Salute to my man, Grandpa Shelton.
What's
click
going on,
that
Shelton?
link, boxing nerd. Boxing nerd is he know.
He gonna click the link. Boxing nerd don't back down from nobody.
Heck no, he don't. Boxing nerd, no, he be on his ish. I see him around the block before. You heard? Yeah.
Yeah, boxing nerd been asking for that link.
$50, man.
Huh? Listen, we're not making excuses for Brian Norman.
That's crushed.
We're not making any excuses for Brian Norman Jr.
The greatest man alive in here.
Brian Norman Jr. did everything he was supposed to do the way he got his title. Okay? Everybody else got titles that way, so why not him? That's all I'm gonna say. Because I'm 50-50 with his boots. I know I'm around the city and all that in Philadelphia. That's cool, but I still like both of the brothers, and I still want both of them to be rich as possible, and I still want to see a good fight, and they'll fight.
You can like both of them and still favor one to win the fight. It is what it is. If you
I want both of them. I don't care who win the fight.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, you can say who you believe is going to win the fight and still like both of them. I like Shakur. I like Tank Davis. I feel that Tank Davis will stop Shakur. I like Devin Haney. I like Tank Davis. I feel like Tank Davis will stop Devin Haney.
Free. I'm not afraid.
I like Devin Haney. I like Shakur.
I think
Devin Haney beat Shakur. That's my opinion.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I'm not
Devin
afraid
Haney
to
is
admit.
smack.
My bad, BBL.
Yeah,
No, I'm
because you
just saying
driving in
Devin
the
Haney
dark,
is
dog. What's
smashing.
good?
You know what? I'm gonna say this, man. Shout out to Shakur. I heard he broke his hand at the bodega mopping the floor. Salute to my man Shakur, man.
Man, shout out to Marky Dan. What are you talking about, bro?
Shout out to the man,
That
Marky.
was crazy, BBL. That was crazy.
Yo, Marky, and
Boxing
when you
nerd.
come up,
We got Boxing Nerd up here, and you
All
got
right, Boxing
BBO
Nerd.
I'm
up
about to
here.
go on
Salute.
mute.
I'm going
They
on
said they
mute.
want
Salute
to
Boxing
debate,
Nerd.
so we're gonna go on mute and let these two have
If
it.
you don't hear
So
Boxing, you
first
gotta
of
turn
all,
your
what is
camera
the
on punk.
issue?
You gotta turn your camera on punk.
Nah, because BVO is like a troll. He doesn't really believe that Brian Norman's gonna win. That's his problem. See, BVO said T.O. was undisputed in two weight classes as well. I heard him say some bullshit like that. He was talking, oh, T.O.'s double time undisputed. He wasn't even undisputed at 135. He wasn't undisputed at 140 because he beat the former undisputed champion who didn't have all the belts when he fought him. So it's null and void. Two arguments that are null and void. He's like according to boxing. If you guys are on Twitter, he's like according to boxing. Anything going against Terrence Crawford, anything going against anybody that he likes, he's gonna destroy. So like, here's the thing: Boots has all the new Errol Spence fans, right? They all came over to Boots' side. I never welcomed them. The day Errol Spence got beat from pillar to post by Bud Crawford, I called it and I told all those Errol Spence fans, all those Errol Spence, don't come over this side. They decided to come in droves. Now all the PVC fanboys are on Boots' side. Now Boots looks toxic as hell. I don't know why, but like he wasn't like that before. But like they're making him seem like some nasty individual. Apparently he's the new Boo Andre, yada yada yada. This and the third, but he's way more talented than Boo Andre's ever been. He has more upside than Boo Andre. He's getting paid better, and he's gonna have a better career overall. He just needs to beat this Karen guy. I don't know if he fights him. I think he should drop the belt and go to 154. But there's no way Brian Norman stands any kind of chance against Bruce Ennis. If that was the case, he would have at least did something in the sparring sessions. All three sparring sessions, he got beat from pillar to post. Bozy Ennis came on today on YouTube on multiple occasions, said he got stopped, or well, not stopped, dropped by a body shot. Brian Norman said it was low, but whatever. Nobody was going to believe that. Whatever. He's going to get stopped. There's a reason why he didn't take 1.7, which was a 50-50 fight, by the way, in terms of finances. He was going to get, both of them were going to get 1.7. Nobody's talking about that. Both of them were going to get 1.7. He wanted 2.2 to cover the taxes and all the other stuff that nobody cares about. We all pay taxes. Y'all are going to make the most money. He's going to make the most money he's ever made in his life. $810,000 is wicked money for someone that's going to make 200, maybe 300,000 on the undercard. You're not even the main event. You're the undercard against nobody, some Cuevas guy. So I don't understand how BVO is all of a sudden getting the balls to say that Boost is going to get stopped. Are you crazy? Are you mad? Are you out of your mind? This has got somebody that he's sparred 3 times and beat the hell out of it. By the way, Conwell also sparred Boots and got beat the hell out of it. That's why they want life-changing money, because they're going to get beat the fuck up.
All right, BVO fell off. You was cooking. The only thing I disagree with you said Boots fans are Earl Spence old fans. That's cap. Boots got
No,
a
I'm telling
city.
you, bro. I'm telling you.
I'm telling you because I'm out here. You from where you from? Me, Crush the Legend. We out here. Boots had fans.
Listen, let me ask y'all a question.
Before Earl Spence
about this whole thing.
I'm not.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Okay. Yeah.
Did Boots sell out the Wells Fargo Center when he fought?
Yes, sir. 14,000.
He sold out the tickets
Okay.
that was available.
Yeah, because they only gave him part of the arena. That's what they do. Hold on. Because that's what they do. They only give you part of the arena. They don't give you the whole thing.
Well, we don't want to
jump. You know that.
Hold on one second, Shout.
We don't want to jump boxing.
14,000 for David Navneeson is amazing.
Hold on one second, Shout. Hold on. Go ahead, BBO.
BBO, we don't want to jump.
Go ahead and respond, BBO.
Boxing Nerd. We want to give BBO his chance to respond to what Boxing Nerd said. BBO, did you catch what Boxing Nerd said? Did you catch everything?
Yeah, I heard what he said.
Okay, well, respond to it, please.
Boxing Nerd was right. He was the first one saying that Errol would lose to Terrence Crawford. That's a fact.
He definitely wasn't first, but okay.
No, I'm talking about one of the first ones I heard saying it. I can't
Fair
speak
enough.
for everybody. One of the first guys
Fair
I
enough.
heard saying it. But the key thing about boxing nerd, he's a racist. He doesn't like
What?
to see brothers win. So when it came to Teofimo Lopez, a young Spanish dude going up and fighting Lomachenko, you discredited him then. Went up there and fought a monster and Josh Taylor, who was beating everybody to death. You had nothing to say. You didn't give him no credit then. So it is what it is, man. And I'm trying to tell you, Brian Norman Jr. is going to stop Boots. You heard it
Wait,
here first. He's going to stop.
Hold on. How am I a racist? Tio's a known racist. He's complaining about black people getting better opportunities on Top Rank.
That's
Well,
not a racist, man.
stick
He
to
will
what
say
y'all was
that.
arguing about. That's not what y'all was arguing about. Y'all was arguing about
Yo,
Jerron
okay,
Ennis
I have a
and
question
Brian
for the
Norman
panel.
Jr.
Do
BBO.
I come off as a racist because I'm telling the truth?
No,
I didn't say anything crazy.
you're not. Boxing Nerd is not a racist. BBO, that was a low blow, but BBO, respond the right way. You feel like Jerron Ennis is gonna stop him.
Responded the right way.
Explain that.
Hold on, Price.
I explained it the right way. Like I said, and I'll say it again. Boxing Nerd is my brother, and I love him. He knows that. He's my brother, but he's a racist. Anytime brothers are on top making bread, he got something to say. He's talking
That's
about this
crazy.
kid Boots Ennis who never fought nobody. And I'm trying to tell you this:
Isn't he black?
Brian Norman's going to beat the Philly cheesesteak out this kid.
Man, see,
He's going to
that's
beat
where I
him.
lose you at, BBO. That's where I lose you.
He's going to beat him. He's going to beat him from pillow to pole. You see how Errol got beat? That's how they're going to beat Boots, man. They're going to beat him. They're going to beat him. He's nobody. Wrong guy. He's not the guy, man. He's not the guy. You know what Boots is? Boots is the new Tommy Morrison. He's the new Tommy the Duke Morrison. When he get in there with somebody who can fight, they're gonna beat him. They're gonna beat the life out of him. It is what it
There's
is,
a
man.
reason why. There's a reason why Barrios turned down the fight. There's a reason why. You know. His trainer came on YouTube today and said, "Oh, we'll take the fight for $100 million." And he was talking about how Boots is one of the greatest fighters. Hold on.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, it was a
Don't
joke.
do
It was
that.
a joke. But
Don't do that.
no, hold on. Let me finish.
Don't do
It
that.
was a joke, but no.
Don't do
Let
that.
me finish.
Because you know you fabricating some stuff. Now come on, man.
I'm not.
Barrio said, hold on. Barrio said the offer was too low. Stanionis said the offer was so low he would a damn phone.
Let me show you what the offer.
Then Brian Norman said the offer was too low. Then Charles Conwell said the offer was too low.
All right, let me.
How many times do you need to hear that the offer was too low? You got 4 different people saying the same thing about Eddie Hearn. The offer was too low.
You know why the offer was too low, quote unquote? Because those hospital bills are high. They know they're gonna get the ass beat. You know why Conwell said it was too low? It's because he said he's gonna get a black man fighting for Golden Boy. What's the other black man that was trying to get a fight with Virgil Ortiz? Rashidi Ellis? He was out for 2 or 3 years. He had to leave the promotion. You really think Conwell, a hard-hitting? He killed him.
Look,
he's gonna get a fight with Virgil Ortiz. No, they're not gonna give him the fight.
They should have paid.
Hold on,
they should have paid Norman.
Let me finish. He should have paid Norman. He's making 17 times what he's about to make in his next fight. What are you talking about? How much does he want? He knows.
It doesn't matter what he made in his last fight. He's the champion now. It doesn't matter what he made last week, last month, whenever. It doesn't matter. He's a champion now. He's a champion now. So whatever he made against Santillan doesn't matter.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
It does. We're going off of what you just made. Yes, it does matter. It really does.
Obviously, it does. Well, look, here's the thing. Let's cut it short. Here's the thing. If Boots is the money guy, Boots made 3.3 in his last fight against a nobody like Evanesian, correct? That's what they say. And he put 14,000 in the stadium. That's what they say, right?
He actually made 2. His dad came out and said he made.
Okay, well, whatever he made, do it again, and pay this kid what he wants. This is a bigger fight than Evanesian.
Boots was gonna make the same amount of money. What's the problem?
It doesn't matter. Pay this kid what he wants. If you're the money guy, if you're the superstar that Eddie Hearn says you are, If you're the next Roy Jones, like people say you are, pay the guy, beat his ass, and then you can get more money, and he got 2 belts. What's the problem?
Hold on. You guys understand he had to take a pay cut, so he was making a 50-50 split on top of having to pay Karen $300,000. He has to pay step aside. He has a mandatory. Are we forgetting this?
Hey, Eddie Hearn got the purse strings of the zone behind him, right? They should handle that.
Well,
they ain't coming out of Boots money.
No, it doesn't matter what I say. Y'all are not gonna be satisfied. That's what I'm getting from this argument. It doesn't matter what I say.
No, what it is.
What do you keep saying, y'all?
Here's the question. Here's the question. Here's one question. I'm gonna shut up. Here's one question. I'm gonna shut up.
Hold on.
You tell me. You tell me what Boots has done that Brian Norman hasn't done. Tell me.
He's proven. Brian Norman had one fight. Boots has multiple fights. Multiple fights. He's beaten multiple.
Is Brian Norman a champion?
Yes.
Is Brian Norman a champion? Yes or no?
Yes, he is.
Is Boots a champion? Yes or no?
Yes.
So what has Brian Norman done that Boots hasn't done? What has Boots done that Brian Norman hasn't done? What?
It's called popularity and prize fighting. Who's more popular on every scale? Boots. Who's the face?
Okay, so if you're more popular, that means you got the machine behind you. You got the money behind you. Pay the man what he wants and beat his ass.
I mean, you know what? I gotta say,
one of y'all making a good enough argument for this debate to be interesting because y'all leaving out the facts. Now the facts is, wait. Now I'm gonna go to Shelton first. He said, "What has Boots done that Brian Norman hasn't done?" Well, the thing that Boots done that Brian Norman hasn't done that requires Boots to get paid more than Brian. Boots has headlined a card. Brian Norman has never headlined a card.
I was about to get to
Boots had sold out the tickets that was available for his stadium. Brian Norman has never sold out anything. So when we say why does Boots deserve more? Because Boots is a bigger name. He's a bigger name. Now, regardless of if you believe that Boots fought anybody or not, he's a bigger name. We all know that. Brian Norman was not on the scene. Nobody was checking for Brian Norman until he got this belt, and that was a belt that Boots won because he wants to be undisputed. That's the only reason why Brian Norman. That's the only reason why he's even relevant is because he has a belt that Boots won. That's the only reason why he's relevant.
Exactly. I agree 100%. Free, keep going.
Hold up. I didn't say nothing while y'all was talking. I didn't say nothing. Now,
go ahead,
you saying pay this man what he wants. The problem is we don't know how much is offered for this fight. This fight could only be $4 million. We already know when Eddie Hearn is paying Jawan Ennis, he has to give him $3 million. So maybe there's only $1 million and some change left for Brian Norman. Maybe that's the reason why they didn't offer more than that, because that's probably all that was left. Nobody took into consideration that the money that is up for this fight is probably only $4.5 million. Nobody took that into consideration. So when you already know that Eddie Hearn has to pay Jawan Ennis $3 million, the only money that's left to give Brian Norman is $1.5. That's the $4.5 million. So now when we look at Brian Norman, he said it doesn't matter what he made his last fight. He's a champion now. It actually do, because when you go to the table and they looking at the numbers, they want to see what you brought in. What do you bring to the table? If you don't have nothing to back you up to bring to the table outside of just having a belt, they could say, okay, well, we're giving you 8 times what you made your last fight. Yes, we're considering that you are a champion. That's why we're giving you 8 times what you made your last fight. We're not giving you $200,000. We're not giving you $500,000. We're giving you, and even by Brian Norman's own admission, he said they started off at $750,000. That's what he said. He said they started off at $750,000. So his last fight, he only made $190,000. So if they started off at $750,000, they took in consideration that he is a champion. They took that into consideration. So
whatever.
Saying that,
the bottom line is this. Go ahead, Free. Go ahead, Free.
No,
go ahead.
We understand that Boots want that belt, but at some point you gotta realize, okay, I'm coming to the table. I'm really not a big name. If I go in here and beat Jawan Ennis, that takes me from being pretty much unknown to one of the best in the division, if not the best in the division, because I beat the #1 guy in the division. And I'm now a unified champion. I'm now a unified champion. So you go from being pretty much unknown to being the #1 guy. So yes, you might want $2 million, but they giving you 1.5, 1.7. You made 190 in your last. Now, another thing that nobody is talking about is the fact that the Boots fight with Kern was already scheduled for a purse bid. And like I said prior to this live, I said in the last live, what I found out, because shout out to BFTB, and I went back and read it my damn self. Shout out to BFTB. In the rulings of the IBF, once a purse bid has been scheduled, no other fight can be made. No other fight can be made. They already had a fight scheduled for a purse bid. The only way you can stop a purse bid is either both fighters have to agree, or somebody pulls out of that fight. That's the only way a purse bid is stopped. That's the only way. So either both fighters agree, which was Kern and Jerron Ennis, or Kern or Boots pulled out of that purse bid. And whoever pulls out of that purse bid, they lose their ranking for 6 months. Whether it's Jerron Ennis, he loses the belt and he loses ranking for 6 months, or it's Kern, he loses his ranking for 6 months. So that's the only way a purse bid can be stopped. So this fight wasn't going to happen anyway. It was more of a publicity stunt by Eddie Hearn to bring notoriety to the fact that Jerron has to fight Kern, somebody that nobody wants to see him fight. He already beat this man 12-0. The fight that Kern had got last time when he fought Jerron Ennis, Kern only made $78,000 in that fight. So when they went to purse bid, Eddie Hearn didn't bid on it because he said, okay, I know this fight ain't got no money in it. I'm not gonna bid high on this fight. I'm gonna let them win it. I don't have to pay Jerron Ennis that $3 million. If I don't win this purse bid, I don't have to pay him that $3 million. They're gonna give him the money from the purse bid, which is the 1.3. 1.3, and Kern gets 700,000.
I would drop the belts if I was Jerron Ennis. I would not do that business. It doesn't make business sense for him and his team to go to Germany for some money that. Forget the belt. Like I said, I know a lot of y'all like to argue and say belts don't matter. I hear y'all say that. And in Jerron Ennis' case, the belt does not matter. Because like you said, he's more popular. He's just a popular fighter. He's one of the most popular fighters in the world. Boxers. So I'm not.
But who he gonna fight at 54? If he drops the belt and go to 54, who is he gonna fight? Because everybody tied up. If he drops the belt and goes to 54, who's he gonna fight? Because everybody's tied up.
I say drop the belt and just fight beat him up just to get some work in, and then go to 54 next year. Let all the puzzle pieces on the puzzle, make their moves, and then go ahead and do what you got to do. That's what I would do. I'm not going to Germany for no 1.3 when this man can give me $3 million. If I just say, you know what, drop the belt, forget that, Eddie, get me a fight. I'll make 3. Fighting a bum. Nobody wants to see Karen anyway. So if I'm Jerron, I'm not going there. Forget that belt and move on.
But if he ain't got that belt, he's not getting 3. See, that's the issue.
Okay, see, boxers, y'all got to remember, boxers say things. 1 minute they want to be undisputed, the next minute they don't. So you can't take everything they want to say. Like, I know they say things, but business.
No. That's not saying what the boxer said. I'm saying without that belt, he doesn't get $3 million. That belt is his leverage.
I don't know about that.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Contract is a
I don't know what
contract.
the contract.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true.
A belt. There was that. How you know if a belt was in there?
Unless you've seen his contract,
You
can't say that's true.
Was in that contract.
It's not true unless you've seen the contract, because this contract could just be, I get $3 million per fight. It might not say as long as I'm the champion.
As long as I'm a champion, right?
You get $3 million per fight.
We don't know that. We don't want to start making up things like we don't know.
So he gonna get $3 million. So say he fought. Hold on. So say he fought Rashidi Ellis. They're gonna pay him $3 million.
Absolutely.
$3 million.
Yeah, because that's
no, they're not. No, they're not.
No,
they will.
Hold on. That's doing at least.
No, he got $3 million fighting somebody that's less known than Speedy Rashid Ellis. What are you talking about?
$2 million. If we're being honest, $2 million.
No, it's
He got $3 million
contract.
for fighting the dude that knocked out Speedy Rosillo.
No, after
talking
taxes, it was two. After taxes, it was two because you have to pay the bill.
D-Free, would you please explain to them about the way the contracts work?
Havanesian is known. Havanesian is known as much as Ellis.
So you guys are gonna go against what?
Havanesian is known as much as Ellis. Havanesian is known for getting his ass kicked by Bud. Havanesian is known for knocking out Josh Kelly.
And how much did David Havanesian got? He got 500,000.
500,000? 500,000?
Yes. Yes.
500,000.
He got 500,000.
He got the same money Cody Carly was gonna get.
Boots got 3.3. Havanesian got 500,000.
Yeah.
Hold on. His dad.
Okay.
His daddy said he got two. After taxes.
No, he got 3.3. He got
3.3. 3.3, but like he's probably talking about after taxes.
We're not talking about the tax. We're talking about his purse.
We're talking about his purse. What he got paid was.
Yeah. So here's the thing. That belt, he's not gonna drop that belt because that belt gives him leverage. Even if he does move up, that championship gives him leverage.
He doesn't need any leverage.
He'll go over there. He doesn't
care. Number one welterweight in the world. Why would he need a belt?
No, he still need that belt in order to get those big fights in the next weight division.
What big fights?
What you mean?
154 has fights? Bear fights. What
are you saying at 154?
Yes. In order to
he
get those
can leverage the belt that he has.
He needs that belt.
Yeah,
but I don't see him going.
He's basically just another fighter without that belt at 154. He's just another fighter. He never fought at that division.
But I don't see him going to for $1.3 million when his salary is 3.3. I don't see it.
He don't have. He has a choice. He could drop the belt and be removed from the rankings for 6 months.
His salary for the $3 million. His salary for the $3 million.
Hey, D-Free, not to cut you off, but can we run a commercial, bro? Can we? I see it in the chat.
Hold on.
We gotta let's get that out of the way.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered.
Yeah. Now, like I was saying, when it comes to Jerron Ennis' salary that he gets the $3 million from Eddie Hearn, that's only if Eddie Hearn puts the fight on for him. If he's fighting under somebody else's promotion, Eddie Hearn don't owe him $3 million for that fight. It's only for Eddie Hearn. So he can go fight with Top Rank. He can go fight with PBC. Anybody. He can go fight with Golden Boy. Eddie Hearn doesn't owe him $3 million for that fight. It's only when Eddie Hearn is putting on the fight.
So right. So my point, that goes back to my point, D3. I don't see him going. Now, I don't know what the Ennis, Bozy, and them going to do. They might shock me and go. But me personally, I just don't see them going there for that kind of money when their salary is not that. And you smoked the guy like one of the brothers said, 12-0. Like, what do we?
I see him going for that because he wants to be undisputed. He wants to be undisputed. He don't want to lose a belt.
He can also.
BBO's favorite boxer said he wants to be undisputed, and then as soon as he had to go against Demetrius Andrade at 160, he didn't want to be undisputed.
Okay, but that's not Boots. That's not Boots. That's somebody else. I can't go by what somebody else do. Go ahead, Thomas.
Well, I was going to first acquiesce to Crush because I saw he had wanted to say something. But speaking of that thing, I did remember not too long ago, Boots Pops Bozy was on the interview and he said we're going to Germany. So I think they got full on plans on going to Germany and defending that belt because they want to keep that belt and they may still want to try to pursue the fights with Norman, with Stanionis, and with Barrios before they actually have to. They got to exhaust all opportunity before they move up. And if they're going to move up, they're going to want to have that belt as leverage so that they can bypass all the. Well, I got to beg barter with the ranking, the sanctioning body for my ranking to be high enough where I could fight an eliminator and things of that nature. I use this belt. I dangle this in front of you. Yeah, we get in that fight immediately.
But does that work like that in the IBF, D-Free?
You can petition. You don't fight the champion right away. You can petition.
Exactly. It's not like the WBO where you can jump right into the next weight class into a title fight. The IBF don't work that way, right? So what's the point of him doing that? And if he does want to move to 54, he's not in line for the next fight for the IBF. So what difference does it make?
Because Prize, if he doesn't have that belt, the IBF can put him at the bottom of the ranking system.
Yeah.
Just that sanctioning body. What about where's he ranked at with the BC and the WBA?
He's not ranked in none of those. He's not ranked in none of those. Once you're a champion, you're not ranked in no other sanctioning body.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's crazy. They need to change
that. It's crazy, but unfortunately, that's the rules he got to play under. So like, he got to take the belt with him.
But you know how they be manipulating rankings though. If Boots say, you know what, I'm going the WBC route, man. That man had that man top 5 in the next week or two. You know how this stuff works.
It's a possibility.
Possible.
It's a possibility.
It ain't no possibility. You know that's what.
So who do you see? Who do you see in beat at 54?
Because
at 54, who do you see in
don't move like that.
I think he can beat anybody at 54. I'm not concerned about 54. I'm just concerned about him going to somewhere in Germany for not what he thought his salary is going to be. So we don't know what kind of money he invested or spent thinking that he was going to get another, this. His average salary, which is D-Free said, what is it, $3 million? To say $3 million, and I don't see him going.
They won the purse bid. They won the purse bid for $2 million. They won the purse bid for $2 million. Boost gets 65. The dude get 35.
It's 1.3 million.
Boost get 1.3.
His salary is 3.
That's what it is.
What did he get in his last fight? D-Free. Refresh my.
It don't matter. That's what you're fighting for now.
It does
because
matter.
Eddie don't have to pay you that because Eddie's not running this promotion. The other company won the bid. They running the fight, and that's what they offer. Either you take it or you don't.
We don't, and you can have the belt. That's why I said I don't see them doing it.
What you saying, Prime? What you saying is, if he has to go cross promotion to fight the PBC, and he has to go over there, and they put the fight on, and they say, "Look, I don't care what Eddie give you. We're not giving you $3 million. You won. We're giving you 1.5. You saying he don't take that, and he wants undisputed?" No.
Maybe if it's in America, yeah.
No, he's
going to shout out to the good brother Big Drake.
He's going to take if that man. See, you looking at it from your aspect. You're not looking at it from Boots' aspect. Boots.
You're right about that.
You're looking at it from your.
You're right about that, D-Free. I'm definitely looking at it from my aspect. Go ahead, T.
No, it's kind of hard to argue taking 1.3 when you can get 3 point something million, but we scoffing at 1.3 like that's just chump change, man. And he get to keep the belt by keeping the belt. He got to deal with obstacles because he's going to the other person's home state or home field or homeland, I should say. And there's always politics there, but the man's skill set is such where I don't think he really worried about where he's fighting. He just want to make sure he fight for the belt. And that belt gives him the opportunity, if he don't get any play at 47, well, I can move up to 54 and I can place myself up in the rankings where I can get a fight relatively quick for the belt there. And then we can party. So, I think that's why he's thinking that way. It's easy to say, let's not take the 1.3 because we can get 3 point something. But who can he get that fight against, though, up there?
Don't you think that if he just dropped the belt and let's say he did move to 54, since he does have a big name, since some people have him been pound for pound, I know that I do, don't you think that he can just, since his name, because I'm with you. I'm one of them guys that say belts do matter when a lot of guys go against me and say belts don't matter. I think D Free's one of them belts don't matter guy. But some certain cases they do matter. I think Jerron Ennis is big enough now to where he don't gotta bust that kind of move. You know, I feel like he can go to 54. Somebody say if Turkey or anybody want to put up some big money for a junior middleweight title fight and Boots can just jump right up there, I think that can happen, bro.
No. It can't happen. It can only happen.
What about the voluntary?
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question. It can only happen if the other promoter wants to make a fight with you. If the other promoter don't want to make a fight with you, you are not in position for us to have to make a fight with you. And with that belt, he can put himself in position where they have to make a fight.
What if they just want to use his name though, D Free? I think his name Boots Ennis is bigger than they are.
It doesn't matter what his name is. They got other big names at that weight class. That's bigger names than his. They're bigger names than his.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just saying, I think that all right, so who's the champions at 54? Free, give me one of them. Because you're pretty sharp with that stuff.
Fandor.
Okay, don't you think if Fandor, let's say he have a fight, in November, right? And he wins the fight. Don't you think if somebody say, well, Fandor, get in there with Boots. Boots will move up to 54. Drop the IBF, move up to 54. Don't you think he can jump right in there if they say the money's right and the promotion and stuff and all that stuff is right? Don't you think that can happen? He doesn't need a belt to do that. Don't you think he can just jump right up there and do that?
No, because Fandor has another fight where he can get with Terrence Crawford for unification.
Okay, well, don't use Fandor. Who's another champion?
Bud Crawford.
I mean,
Bud don't got no more belts at. Well, okay, Bud
got belts at 54.
At 54, okay. 54. So what if Turkey Al Sheikh say, I got $50 million, 25 for Terrence, 25 for Thing. Boots, you got to move up. Don't you think he can jump right into a title fight?
He ain't gonna give up $50 million for that fight.
I'm just saying, if the money is right, that's what I said. I'm just making up numbers. Free, be real. Like if the money is right, don't you think Jerron Ennis can jump up at 54 and get a title fight?
If the money is right, and they're willing to do that, but Boots is not that fighter that they're willing to do that for. They would have already done it.
I'm not saying that they are, but my point that I'm making is that his name is bigger than the IBF. He can be in a title fight in another weight class in his next fight.
Yes, if he has the IBF belt.
No, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need it.
You can't listen. You cannot just go to the 54 with no belt and just fight for an IBF championship or a WBC championship or a WBO or the WBA. You can't.
I'm sure that's happened before.
It has happened before with people named that's much bigger than Boots.
But there's not a lot of big names.
Do you know why?
Right now, Free.
Do you know why Terrence Crawford got that title fight? He got that title fight because Terrence Crawford been the WBO champion for over 10 years. That's why he got that fight.
Works.
That's how he got that fight because he been their champion. He's their super champion. He's been their champion for over 10 years. Boots just became the champion last week. They're not moving and shaking like that for Boots. They're not going to move and shake like that for Boots, bro.
The IBF
no matter how much you like Boots, they're not going to move and shake like that for him. They're not going to do it.
I'm not disagreeing, Big Dre. I'm not disagreeing that the belt, he does need the belt, but I feel like he kind of need it, but he don't really need it that bad to go to Germany for that pay cut. That's just like you at your job and you make, let's just say, $100 an hour, and then you've been doing that for a couple, maybe a year, a year or two. Then they want you to go back to $55, $60 an hour. You're like, damn. And they want you to go away from your family.
They want you to go to $55 an hour for one day, and then when you take that $55 an hour, your next fight is a promotion.
Life, D3.
Your next fight is a promotion. They want you to
that one day. I don't want them going out in Germany.
You saying, oh, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need this job. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit this job. I'm gonna go quit and put it on a resume somewhere else. No,
everything you saying, Prize, will be true. Everything you saying, Prize, will be true. If Eddie Hearn had won the purse bid, but Eddie Hearn didn't win the purse bid.
I know he did.
Everything you saying would be true if Eddie Hearn had won that purse bid. but he didn't.
He did what D Free
They
said.
did.
He dropped the purse bid on purpose so he didn't have to pay for the $3 million Boots' salary.
Yeah, because he knew
Right?
the only reason why he didn't want to pay Boots'
That's
salary
cool.
because he knew that this money
Because
And
the
them
fight
German
is
people
no
who
good.
won the
We
purse
know the
bid,
fight is no good.
and them German people who won the purse bid ain't finna give him $3 million for that fight.
Because that's not what the purse bid was for. The fight was only a total of D Free's the numbers guy on his channel. So, but what was it, Free? What the fight was?
The fight
Boots
for which fight?
make more than that in his
For which
salary
fight?
by himself than what this fight is worth.
Yeah, I mean that's why Eddie Hearn he didn't bid high on this purse bid because he knew that this fight wasn't going to draw in the money. He knew that this fight
So
wasn't going
that's
to draw
my
in the
point.
money.
That's why I don't see him. If he does, I'm gonna support him. Like, man, I hate it when Devin went to Australia, but I understood. But
no,
I don't
might as
see
well just go ahead. You might as well go ahead and just support him because they already said that they're doing it. They didn't say they're not doing it. They already said they're doing it.
You're right. They didn't. I'm not. I'm just.
They already said they're doing it. So
we don't need this.
Kern. He's fighting Kern in Germany. He needs it because he wants to keep. He wants to keep his belt. He wants to be undisputed. You so wrapped around the fact that you believe that he doesn't need the belt. It's not even a fact if he needs it or he doesn't need it. It's the fact that that man wants to be undisputed. So the only way he can be undisputed is by having this fight and then going and try to get the other champions. If he doesn't take this fight, he doesn't have a belt. He got to start from scratch all over again. He got to start from scratch without this belt.
I get it. But I just can't picture it, Free. I hear what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. And I'm not disagreeing with the other brothers on the panel. I'm not disagreeing with y'all. I'm just going from, like Free said, you need to stop being so personal. I'm going to continue to be personal and say that I can't see them doing it. But go on, carry on.
Yeah, but other than that, I wanted to get into these fights that's going on this weekend.
Canelo, Lara.
Cool Boy Steph is fighting against Castro. Now Castro, he's not a real big puncher, but he's a decent puncher. He's a bigger puncher than Cool Boy. He's a bigger puncher than Cool Boy, but he's not a real big puncher. I think his knockout ratio is like 47%. But he does have decent boxing skills. The thing that I want to see from Cool Boy, I want to see where his mental is. I want to see where his mental is because he's been out of the ring for a little over a year now, and the last time he was in the ring, he got stopped. He got stopped badly. And sometimes that plays in a person's head, especially if the first time you ever get knocked out. Because as far as I know, Cool Boy's never been knocked out. I know he has never been knocked out in the pros.
Not like
I don't know if he's ever been dropped or anything in the amateurs, but that plays a factor on your mental when you've been stopped for the first time. Sometimes when you get hit with a hard shot, you tend to shell up. So I want to see how he reacts if he get hit with a clean shot. I want to see how he reacts because Cool Boy has the skills to be able to outbox the dude, but Cool Boy likes to fight the other fighters fight, and he's a better fighter than that. And sometimes when a fighter does that, you have to question their ring IQ. If you're a better fighter and you always tend to fight the other person's fights, you got to question their ring IQ because the ring IQ is there to make you have the easier fight. Even though it's a tough fight, your ring IQ plays a part to make it, okay, look, I'm going to outsmart him this way. I know he's a tough dude, but I know this is his weakness. So let me outsmart him this way. But when you
don't think he gonna box in his first fight at 26? Because this is his first fight at 126.
Yeah, that's another thing. He's moving up in weight. So and that's another thing. He's moving up in weight. We don't know how his weight is going to play a factor in this fight neither. So I just it's a lot of verbals that we got to see Cool Boy jump over those hurdles because he never been stopped. This is the first fight he's coming back after he got stopped, and he's fighting at a bigger weight class. And like I said, this dude he can fight. He got boxing ability. He got decent power. So he could put up a problem for Cool Boy if Cool Boy ain't on his A game. If he's not on his A game, he can put up because they both fought I believe they both fought Brandon Figueroa, and I mean this dude he pretty much boxed Brandon Figueroa. Now Brandon Figueroa got the win, but he boxed Brandon Figueroa. He didn't fight Brandon Figueroa's style, but Brandon Figueroa still got the knock. So I want to see how Cool Boy looked in this fight.
And is he with Bozy Ennis now? Is Bozy training?
Yeah, he's with Bozy.
So that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. You know, I'm with you, Free. I want to see. I'm confident with everything he does, his abilities, you know, his boxing abilities. I'm just more so just curious to see his mental. That's all I need to see. I know that he's already a good guy, a good fighter, and I just need to see what his mental is. You know, I talked to him at the fights, and he seemed like he was like, man, I was drawn, but I'm good. Let me just take a little mental time. You know, he got his nice cribs and his nice cars, and he enjoys some of that Japanese money he made. And you know, now I think he's back with Bozy Ennis, so I think he gonna be all right, man. I ain't worried about Scooter.
What you think, Sheldon?
I just want to see what he looks like at 26. I think he got the skill to beat Castro no matter where the fight goes. If Castro want to box, I think Scooter can outbox him. If Castro want to fight, I know Scooter can outfight him. So I just want to see where, like you, I want to see where his head is at, if he's committed, and if he's acclimated to this new weight class.
I think he'll be fine.
Crush, been to the gym like
crazy.
I don't know if Crush is in the building because he's still up
here. Yo,
Crush. He ain't saying nothing in a while.
But like I said, I think Scooter will be fine. I think that he been in the gym lately. He's got Bozy Ennis in his corner. He's been training with him and Jerron Ennis, and I think the weight is a good thing for him. And I think he'll be fine, bro.
I mean, because you got to remember,
Philadelphia, baby. He's from Philadelphia. He gonna be all right.
Cool Boy. He's not a tall 130 pounds. I mean, 122 pounds. He's small, so this weight could very well be too much for him because he's small.
Maybe
he's a small dude.
He can take a punch too. Brandon Figueroa is a pretty solid puncher. He took some good shots from Figueroa. Now, Inoue is an exceptional puncher. So you've seen levels between Figueroa and Inoue, but Brandon Figueroa was hitting them with some pretty good shots, and Cool Boy was taking them pretty well. But I mean, we'll see. Inoue caught him real good, But again, the kid from Philadelphia, he can take a punch. He's been in fights, and I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. The next fight on this card.
I'm more interested in that Lara fight. That's the fight I'm worried about. Because that's a good fight. I think if Danny wins this fight, Danny's a Hall of Famer. Danny wins this fight, he's a Hall of Famer. If Danny loses this fight, he should retire.
See, this is the thing about this Danny fight. Danny, he got a great counter punch. He got decent power. The problem with Danny is he's flat-footed. Danny's flat-footed. He doesn't move around the ring. Now he did with Jose Benavidez, but Jose Benavidez don't move around the ring. So couldn't really if he had work because he was in there with someone who don't move around the ring. So Lara is a guy who does know how to move around the ring. As he got older, he started standing. He started sitting down on his punches, and he used his upper body movement and his head movement to be able to counter his opponents. And the thing is, Lara 7'7" reach for Danny. So Lara can sit right there in the pocket with Danny and hit Danny where Danny can't hit him back. So and another thing is Danny only had one fight in the last 4 years. He was off for 2 years, had the fight with Earl, and then he was off for 2 years. So I don't know if Danny. I mean, I'm sorry. He had the fight with Earl, was off for 2 years. He came back and fought Jose Benavidez, and then was off for 2 years. I don't know if Danny is ready for this weight because he went moving up in weight as well. Went up.
Yeah,
it's not really that
I
much.
I got Lara stopping him anyway. I got Lara stopping him.
I said the same thing. Danny's never been stopped, but way Gus been down punching, and like I said, it's only a matter of time because Laura has that 7-inch reach advantage. If Danny is sitting right there and he can't hit Laura, and Laura could just counter shot him the whole night, Danny only could take but so many punches. He only could take but so many punches before your chin end up giving out. And like I said, I know he's never been down before, but it might not be to the chin. It could very well be to the body. He can get stopped to the body. It might not be the chin. So I got Laura stopping him as well. I think Laura's gonna probably stop him late. I think Laura's gonna probably.
Don't we got a friendly $20 bet on that?
Yep. I got Laura stopping Danny late.
When I talked to Danny, when I seen him at the fights a while ago, he seemed confident and I asked him, "What's up with Laura?" He said, "Man, I'm waiting for Al, woo woo." And I was like, "Yo, Danny, you can beat that boy." And Angels, he told me what he was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yeah, I can see you do." I said, "But Laura been putting people out though, man." He's like, "Man, Danny, you know how Angel is. He was lit too." You know what I mean? So, but I just don't see Laura knocking him out. If you want to give him the win, I ain't gonna argue you down with that. I'm going with Danny. I think Danny gonna win, but I don't see Laura stopping him. He's never even been down.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out when is Danny gonna be able to reach Laura? When he's gonna be able to reach him? Because Laura uses jab. It's not like Laura is an average boxer. Laura is an exceptional boxer. He's an exceptional boxer.
Master.
And now he learned as he got older how to sit down on his punches. And so I just don't see.
He gonna stop that boy, D-Free.
I don't see no way Danny making it 12. I don't see how Danny makes it to 12 because I don't see Danny. If Danny come on the inside, Laura will beat him on the inside. If Danny stay mid-range, Laura can touch him. If Danny go long way, Laura can touch
Danny
him.
knows how not to get knocked out too. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he know how to not get knocked out to the chin. He don't know how to not get knocked out to the body.
I think Danny gonna surprise everybody.
Nah. Not fighting one time in 4 years. You ain't surprising nobody.
It's been
I already said, Prize. If Danny win this fight, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. If he win this fight, he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's already in the Hall of Fame.
No, he's not.
I'm saying I feel like
no, he's not.
I feel like
no, he's not. No, he's not. But if he wins this one,
140 was really good.
If he wins this one, definitely.
Yeah. It was a lot of guys that's been pretty good at 140 or their respective weight class.
Danny Garcia run at 40 was really exceptionally well, bro.
No, you telling me Danny had a better resume than Jermaine Taylor?
Well, they're in two different weight classes, so
I'm just asking, do he have a better resume than Jermaine Taylor?
I would say no.
Okay, Jermaine Taylor's not a Hall of Famer.
And Kelly Pavlik
and then you forgetting about his horrible run. You forgetting about his horrible run at 47. He lost every big fight he had at 47.
He lost the big fights at 47, but his run at 40 was really good with the Amir Khan and the Matias fight and I'll give him credit for the Morales, but Morales is super old. But
he's not a Hall of Famer yet. He's not a Hall of Famer yet.
I feel like that he would definitely make the Hall of Fame. So he's not one currently for you. I agree. You're right about that. But I feel like when it's all said and done, I feel like he'll make it.
If he wins this fight, he's definitely in. He's a 3-division world champion. He'll definitely be in if he wins this fight. But he got to win it.
He never ducked.
And it's just hard for me to say Danny is a Hall of Famer when I see guys like Jermaine Taylor who beat Bernard Hopkins twice.
Well, Jermaine Taylor got violent stuff,
But he became undisputed. He was undisputed. And that man never made it to a Hall of Fame.
Hey, Free, how many divisions was Simon Brown champion in?
Simon Brown was champion in like what, four or five?
3 divisions, right? 3 divisions, right? Three divisions.
It might be. I know 3 for sure.
147, 140, 147, 154, right?
Yeah.
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought I saw him.
And he's there in the Hall of Fame.
60. Yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame either. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of guys who had exceptional careers that never made it to the Hall of Fame. That's why I said I can't say Danny's a Hall of Famer because he didn't do anything special to say, okay, you know what? He's a Hall of Famer. He didn't do anything special. All his big fights he lost.
I feel like
he lost all the big ones.
He did.
Every big fight he had, he lost.
No, that's not true.
Yes, he did.
No.
Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. He lost all of them.
Well, Amir Khan was a big fight. He won that.
That wasn't a big fight.
Yeah, it was. For Amir Khan, it was a big fight.
No, it wasn't. Amir Khan was on the decline.
Lucas Matias was a big fight. Everybody thought
no, it wasn't.
Destroyed Danny. Danny beat him up, lumped his eye up.
No, that was not a big fight. That was not a big fight.
Well, to the hardcore fans, I feel like they were big fights.
I don't care what you feel. It wasn't a big fight. It wasn't a big fight.
Both of those fights you naming, Prize, was on undercards. So they wasn't big fights. They was on undercards. They wasn't
you're right about that, but I still
wasn't a big fight.
I still think they were significant fights, and I think they were big fights for Danny. That Amir Khan was a big fight, bro.
No.
That was on the undercard?
Yes.
I think that was the
undercard. No, it was an undercard fight. It was on somebody else's card.
Danny and on HBO? Danny and
yeah, it was an undercard fight.
Amir was
It was on like a clip card or something.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. That was a good fight, man.
But the thing is, like, that's why I said what I said, bro. That's why I said what I said. If he wins this fight at 160, if he beats Lara, he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Fair enough. I'll make some good points. I still stand where I stand, but y'all make good points.
Y'all make good points.
It's the what we doing? It's 9 o'clock, D Freeze. What we doing with the Rise?
Let me see if the Rise is on today. Let me see if the Rise is on. I don't know. They might not be on because football is on, but let me see.
Hey, thanks for having me, fellas. I'm finna go back and watch the football game.
Who on tonight?
That's about
Miami and Buffalo.
Miami and
Buffalo.
Man, I got Miami.
Yeah,
I took Miami in my pool. Who you take, D?
Miami losing right now. Miami losing right now.
Dang.
They down.
Yeah, that boy Josh Allen is a joke.
Josh Allen was getting cooked, but he came back last week, man. He had a hell of a week, man.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 throws, and 2 runs.
Come back at some point.
4 touchdowns. He did his thing. All right, fellas. Thanks for having me.
All right,
man. Brother.
Rise is not on tonight. They're not on tonight.
I was impressed with the Colts. I know they took a loss, but that Anthony Richards, man, I like that dude, man. That dude. Yeah, he got it going on. Well, pause.
But the other fight on here that I want to see how he looks coming back is the Caleb Plant versus McCumbee. Trevor McCumbee. Trevor McCumbee, it's a showcase fight for Caleb Plant, to be honest with you. It's a showcase fight. Caleb Plant should outbox this dude easy. Dude, he got decent power, but he doesn't anything that makes me say, okay, Caleb Plant got to watch out for this. The only thing I can say is if the fight goes long and Caleb Plant starts to gas out. That's the only thing I can say because I don't know. I don't know about McCumbee gas tank. I don't know for him to be winded in the later fights. I do know that Caleb Plant gets winded in the later fights, but I don't know if McCumbee gets winded in the later fight. So that's the only worry is Caleb Plant going to burn out all his gas in the early rounds, and when it gets to the second half of this fight, is he going to be out there winded? Because if he can maintain his gas tank and preserve it, he can win this fight easily 10-2, 11-1, 12-0. He can win it easy. But if he gets burnt out, it can be a tough fight the second half of that fight.
Yeah, that Caleb Plant fight, I seen them heckling him at the press conference, but I don't know if I don't really care about that fight. I don't know enough about Caleb's opponent. I feel like Caleb should win the fight. He's a bigger name. He's just, I never seen this guy. You ever seen this guy, Free?
Yeah, I've seen him. I say he's a decent opponent. It's more of a showcase fight.
What's that other fight on that undercard? It's another good one on
Rolly.
there, ain't it?
No, the only good ones is the Lard versus
Danny.
Cool Boy versus Castro, and
Caleb.
Those
It
are
wasn't
good
one
ones. I
more
mean,
fight in there?
Rolly's on there.
Rolly, that's what it was.
I expect Rolly to get stopped. This dude might stop Rolly.
Damn.
This dude might stop Rolly. Dude can punch. He can punch. And Rolly, ever since Rolly got with this new trainer, Rolly hasn't been the Rolly that we've seen in the past.
So you saying like Bullet Cromwell was more of a dog of a trainer for him?
I think he was more comfortable with Bullet. I think he was more comfortable. Like this trainer that he got now, he doesn't have any common ground with him. He got to get used to him. So this is only his second fight with him.
You know, Rolly awkward too.
This is only his second fight with this new trainer. So I don't know if he's comfortable with this trainer yet. And what we saw with the Pit Bull, he ain't had no time to put any game plan to work.
Yeah, that was
jumped
crazy,
on him from round one until he got him out of there. He ain't had no time to put any game plan.
I was reading Ant McQueen's knockout when he said, still one of the scariest knockouts I've ever seen when Simon Brown got sparked and was throwing punches unconscious. Yeah, that was crazy, dog.
Yeah.
But that was a scary knockout. That's just like some joint like, you like, oh. You know what I'm saying?
Simon Brown, yeah, he was out cold. That man was seeing him in his sleep.
Yeah,
he thought he was still in the fight.
Yeah. That was a brutal knockout. Now that I think about it more, like I watched that a couple times, like on a real, like back to back.
Buffalo about to score again. It's about to be 17-7.
Dang, I picked Miami, man.
Wow, that's why.
Who you pick, Free? You pick Buffalo?
Nah, I stayed away from this game because it was too close. Buffalo got good defense and they got a decent offense. Miami, their defense is not all that good. It's okay. It's not all that good, but their offense is good.
Yeah.
If you can slow down Miami's offense, you have a chance.
They was getting smoked last week before they came back.
7. Cook got 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 catch.
Damn.
He got 2
I thought
touchdowns.
Buffalo, since they was they had to come back. They had to come from behind. So I was like, if Miami put up points like that, they ain't coming back on them. They can keep putting up points.
Miami had to come back from behind last week.
No. Buffalo did last week.
Miami did too.
Oh yeah, they did too. Who they was playing?
Yeah, Miami had to come back from behind.
I bet on Miami. I went 14-3. I lost 3 games last week.
What's going on, Mike?
Cincinnati. I lost to Detroit and I lost to the it was one more team.
Probably was Cincinnati because nobody thought that.
No, I lost Cincinnati. I lost Cincinnati. I bet on Cincinnati. I bet against Detroit, and there was one more game that got me.
You bet on the Browns?
No, my dumbass bet on the Jets against the Niners.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know.
They got smoked.
I was being
Niners smoked the Jets and Dallas smoked the Browns.
Yeah, I picked all that. No, Carolina got smoked.
Carolina got smoked too.
They got smoked, and they gonna get smoked again.
Yeah.
They bad, man. The city is my city. If I go down there, they don't even want to talk about football. They already ready trying to break.
You know who else is a bad team? You know who else is a bad team? New York Giants. They got smoked against New England. I mean against Minnesota. And that was Sam Darnold.
I about to say Sam Darnold from the Jets backup.
Yeah, that was Sam Darnold. That wasn't even Kirk Cousins. They don't even got Kirk Cousins no more.
Nah, Kirk Cousins is out there in Atlanta, ain't he?
Yeah, he in Atlanta. And Sam Darnold cooked them.
Yo, the Giants and then they traded when we got Saquon came to Philadelphia. This city was so happy because we always wanted Saquon. We hated playing against him, but the Giants let him go for nothing, bro. They let him.
I'm thinking, did is there somebody that they looking to get? I'm trying to look at the quarterbacks that's playing right now. That's supposed to be coming out this year.
Ain't winning nothing. Shout out to you though. Smash the like. Good.
What's going on, Mike Ram? I'm trying to think. I think it's a quarterback that the Giants might be thinking to get. That's why they did what they did.
But don't they got Drew Lock in the backup?
Who the heck is Drew Lock? Drew Lock ain't
nobody,
good.
But he's not Daniel Jones. It's like
Drew Lock not better than Daniel Jones. That's the thing. Drew Lock is not better than him. That's the problem. If you can't beat out Daniel Jones,
at this point, D-Free, I'm a franchise with no quarterback, so I'll just give Drew Lock a game to see what he can do.
If you can't beat out Daniel Jones, you just trash, dog.
I never thought Daniel Jones was good from the jump. I just thought that he was a quarterback that had the complexion for the protection. Everybody wanted to just pipe him out. I was like, he's trash, man. And they call him Danny Dimes. For what?
Yeah, he be dropping all his dimes. He got a hole in his pocket. He got a hole in his pocket. He drop all his dimes before he get the counter.
He lose all his change.
That man is
trash.
But we're gonna get up out of here.
All right.
I mean, we already know what everybody believe in the Canelo fight. It ain't even to talk about that.
We just don't need to talk about that.
But I appreciate everybody coming through. Let me drop this commercial one last time.
One more again.
It's time for another raffle brought to you by the JBT. Our first item is a new 10th generation iPad with a liquid retina display which shows off beautiful color and has plenty of power for all your handheld computing needs. Great for work, play, or just movies on the go. How much is it to enter, you ask? Just $10. Or you can catch the deal with 3 entries for just $25. It's easy to enter. Just cash app your entries to $JBT Network 1. That's $JBT Network 1. Our second item is a set of Kenichi Bear Bluetooth noise canceling headphones. Great for gaming, movies, or travel. As the second prize in this great raffle. Our third item is a Ninja brand air fryer. Great for all your air frying needs. Cooking healthy with the JBT. So send your entries via Cash App to JBT Network 1. That's JBT Network 1. $10 each or 3 for $25. Put raffle on the comment line and you are entered. For those in the DMV, it's live, it's local, it's boxing. It's happening this Saturday night at Hook Hall. It's the Brawl in the Hall, 3400 Georgia Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. Tickets available on Eventbrite. That's this Saturday night. Get your tickets now. Eventbrite.com. The Brawl in the Hall.
I appreciate everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all smash the like button on y'all way out. Share the video. Let everybody know that we over here doing big things. It's your boy D-Free, prize fighter, BBO Boxing. We out.
Yeah.
We really boxing. Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing, yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking, defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was